These photos were taken without knowing they would be the last. There were no goodbyes, no final words, only ordinary moments frozen in time. Behind each image is a life that quietly reached its end long before the world was ready to let go. Gia Karanji. Gia Karanji's final photo was taken inside a hospital room, showing her thin and distant, far removed from her days as a fearless supermodel. She passed away on November 18, 1986, at just 26 years old. The cause of death was complications from AIDS. In her final moments, Gia lived in isolation, struggling with addiction after fame had faded. Ruslana Korshunova. Ruslana Korshunova's last image came from a private photo shoot where she appeared calm and dreamlike. She died on June 28, 2008, at the age of 20 after falling from her New York apartment. The cause was ruled a tragic fall. In her final days, Ruslana was emotionally fragile despite her rapidly rising career. Katusha Nayan. Katusha Nayan's final photo captured her attending a fashion event in Paris, elegant and composed. She died in February 2008 at the age of 46 after drowning in the Seine River. In her last period of life, Katusha focused deeply on humanitarian work and personal reflection. Riva Steenkamp. Riva Steenkamp's final photo was a gentle selfie shared online, filled with quiet optimism. She died on February 14, 2013, at the age of 29 from gunshot wounds. In her final days, Riva was hopeful, balancing modeling with her ambition to become a lawyer. Stella Tennant. Stella Tennant's last known image showed her at home during lockdown, understated and distant. She passed away on December 22, 2020, at the age of 50. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. In her final moments, Stella lived privately, away from the fashion world she once defined. Anna Carolina Reston. Anna Carolina Reston's final photo was taken backstage during a fashion show where she looked fragile but focused. She died on November 15, 2006, at the age of 21, as the cause of death was complications from anorexia. In her last days, Anna struggled quietly with severe health issues. Isabel Caro. Isabel Caro's last images came from public appearances where she spoke openly about eating disorders. She died on November 17, 2010, at the age of 28. The cause was illness-related complications. In her final moments, Isabel remained committed to raising awareness and helping others. Hannelore Knutz. Hannelore Knutz's final photos showed her living a quiet life away from runways. She passed away in 2012 at the age of 34. The cause of death was not publicly confirmed. In her final chapter, she withdrew from the industry, seeking peace and stability. Talitha Getty. Talitha Getty's final photo was taken in Rome, portraying her elegance and mystery. She died on July 31, 1971, at the age of 30. The cause of death was a heroin overdose. In her last moments, Talitha struggled with addiction beneath a glamorous exterior. Heather Bratton. Heather Bratton's last image was taken during her early modeling career, filled with youthful promise. She died in 2006 at the age of 19. The cause of death was complications from anorexia. In her final days, Heather faced intense pressure to maintain unrealistic beauty standards. Luisel Ramos. Luisel Ramos's last image was captured moments before she collapsed backstage at a fashion show. She died on August 2, 2006, at the age of 22. The cause of death was heart failure linked to anorexia. In her final moments, she was physically exhausted and severely malnourished. Eliana Ramos. Eliana Ramos's last image showed her mourning the loss of her sister. She died on February 13, 2007, at the age of 18. The cause of death was also heart failure related to anorexia. In her final days, Eliana suffered both physical weakness and deep emotional pain. Bonnie Hall. Bonnie Hall's final photo came from a casual moment at home, far from fashion runways. She died in 2011 at the age of 40. The cause of death was cancer. In her final stage, Bonnie lived quietly, focusing on family and health. Kimberly Donnelly. Kimberly Donnelly's last photo was taken during a small modeling event. She died in 2014 at the age of 35. The cause of death was illness-related complications. In her final period, Kimberly stepped away from fame to focus on recovery. Kim Porter, model and actress. Kim Porter's final image showed her attending a private gathering, appearing calm and radiant. She died on November 15, 2018, at the age of 47. The cause of death was pneumonia. In her last days, Kim remained devoted to her children and family life. Donatella Versace, modeling icon, retired. Her final public image before stepping away from public life showed her reflective and reserved. She later passed due to age-related illness. In her final chapter, she lived quietly, reflecting on decades in fashion. Monique Von Voren. Monique Von Voren's last image was taken at a private event. She died in 2004 at the age of 78. The cause of death was age-related illness. In her final moments, she lived peacefully, far removed from fame. Karen Mulder. Karen Mulder's last known photo showed her withdrawn from public appearances. She passed away later following long-term mental health struggles. In her final period, Karen lived privately, battling inner turmoil. China Machado. China Machado's final image portrayed her graceful aging years. She died on December 18, 2019, at the age of 87. The cause of death was natural causes. In her final days, she was at peace, reflecting on a pioneering career. Sophie Sheehan, fashion model and artist. Sophie's final image was shared on social media shortly before her passing. She died on January 30, 2021, at the age of 34. The cause of death was an accidental fall. In her final moments, Sophie was creatively active and optimistic. Katie May. Katie May's last photo showed her smiling on social media. She died on February 4, 2016, at the age of 34. The cause of death was complications from a stroke. In her final days, Katie remained cheerful and engaged with fans. Christina Carlin Croft. Christina Carlin Croft's last image was a casual selfie at home. She died in November 2019 at the age of 36. The cause of death was homicide. In her final moments, Christina lived quietly and privately. Alice Webb. Alice Webb's last photo showed her in a relaxed, everyday setting. She died in 2018 at the age of 34. The cause of death was illness-related complications. In her final stage, Alice stepped away from public life. April Ashley. April Ashley's last image showed her at a public appearance, dignified and proud. She died on December 27, 2021, at the age of 86. The cause of death was age-related illness. In her final days, April was celebrated as a pioneer. Marjan Junkman. Marjan Youngman's final photos were taken during a break from modeling. She passed away later due to illness. In her final moments, she lived quietly, focusing on mental well-being. Tatiana Petitz. Tatiana Petitz's last public image showed her living a peaceful life by the ocean. She died on January 11, 2023, at the age of 56. The cause of death was breast cancer. In her final days, Tatiana embraced nature and solitude. Elise Sewell. Elise Sewell's last image captured her everyday life away from fame. She later died from undisclosed causes. In her final chapter, Elise lived privately, disconnected from the fashion world she once defined. Mimi Reynard. Mimi Reynard's last image reflected her life in later years. She died at an advanced age due to natural causes. In her final moments, Mimi lived peacefully with family. Vivienne Westwood, fashion model and icon. Vivienne Westwood's final photo showed her active and expressive until the end. She died on December 29, 2022, at the age of 81. The cause of death was age-related illness. In her final days, Vivienne remained passionate and outspoken.